I'm Chelsey Nash. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and I'm a fighter. So when I train, I like to mix it up quite a bit. We like to spar 3 times a week. I do a little bit of MMA training as well. So we're training 6, if not 7 days a week, depending on how your body feels. If I feel like I'm getting kind of tired and I'm not quite peaking at 100%, I'll take it back. I'll take a day off, kind of let my body recoup, and then go right back at it the next day. The part about fighting that I like the most is I think it gives me a lot of confidence, not only in karate, but like outside in the world too. That expression, roll with the punches, you can kind of take that literally and figuratively, You're tough mentally, physically, which comes from fighting, right? Then you can handle stuff in the real world as well, mentally, physically, all that kind of good stuff, right? And honestly, like the bond that my brother and I got from the fighting, him teaching me and stuff like that kind of kept me in it as well because he's always pushing me. It keeps us close as a family, having that support system there for you. And I also liked fighting because I was good at it. It helps when you're good at something. I'm always like, no, I'm going to do it again. That wasn't perfect. And everyone's like, that looked great, Chelsey. Like, let it go. And I'm like, no, it's not perfect. I'm doing it again. So I think, what can I do better? Or like, how am I going to beat this person? So it's not like, I'm going in, oh, I'm better than you. It's like, can I be better than myself? The best way that I can relate speed fighting to any other sport would honestly be a game of chess, which, there's no physical contact or anything like that in chess, but it's like, for every move that you make, there's a reaction, So you might move here, but what am I going to do to counteract that? Every match is different. You can fight the same person 100 times, and every time you fight them, it's going to be a different match, right? And potentially a different outcome as well. You might beat somebody over and over and over, but then that one time, they've adjusted their game, their chess match, and then they beat you. And now you're going to go back home and you're going to say, okay, how can I change my game to now counteract that? So when I put my curriculum together, I really wanted to create a fighter that kind of best represented what I do. Basics, like side kick, back fist, reverse punch. That's really all I use, and I've used it all around the world, and it's worked for me so far, Don't fix what ain't broke, right? You can teach somebody to throw a blitz, but if you don't teach them when to throw it, why they're throwing it, how to throw it, then they just become robots. You might not be the most talented fighter in the world, but if you're smart and you can adapt, that'll totally, win you tons of fights. And I feel like my brother's done a really good job teaching me all that stuff. So now I kind of want to regurgitate that to everybody else. And, this is what works for me. If it works for you, great. If not, then let's adapt it so it does work for you. Everybody has their own style. I practice these moves all the time. Like we drill them and drill them and drill them. Never get tired of it. And it's worked for me, all over the world. Side kick, back fist, defensive side kick. Just the basics, right? And it's worked for me, so it's definitely going to work for these guys. All right, team, let's take it to another advanced technique, which is fakes. So there's so many different types of fakes. You've got leg fakes, you've got hand fakes, you have vocal fakes. Let's get into the fake the kick and throw the reverse punch. This is another one of my favorite techniques. And the reason why this is so good is because if you can get their eyes looking at your legs, they're not looking at your hands, which allows you to come and score your point with your hands. So all you're going to do is be up on your toes, fake that leg kick, and come in with that back fist reverse punch. So let's get into drill number 1. If you have multiple people with you, it's nice to do it in a line. That way two partners can do it at the same time, and one person can also see it coming at them so that they get used to it as well. So Jerica is going to be the uki here. I'm going to be up on my toes. I'm going to lift my leg as if I was going to throw a kick. Give me any kind of kick you want because you're not actually throwing a kick, you're just pretending. So you're up on your toes, you're going to fake that kick, and then you can come down with that back fist, shoot the reverse punch, always going right through your partner and always to the back side as well. So we're going to be in a line. She's just going to hold her pads up. I'm on my toes, fake, 1, 2, and then Jessica is going to go afterwards. Perfect. And now she's going to spin around so that you can see it from another angle. Good. And one more time. Another good thing to do is you can add in like a vocal fake to this as well. So you can be like, huh, or you can be like, shh, as if you were actually going to throw the technique. The more believable you make your technique, the more that they're going to react, and then you can see what their reaction is going to be and make your adjustments from there. So let's do that one more time, and now you can add in a little bit of a vocal fake as well. Again. Nice. Good job. So drill number 2, we're going to take it a little bit more advanced. So now your partner is actually going to give you a reaction, and you have to respond to the reaction that they're giving you. So this is much more realistic to a fighting match, because when you fake in a fighting match and they give you a reaction, you have to be able to read the reaction and then respond appropriately. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to be in the same line that we started with drill number 1. And I'm going to give her that leg fake, and she's just going to reach down as if she was going to jam my leg or try to scoop it, anything along those lines, which leaves, when she brings her hand down, it leaves her head open for that back fist so I can score the back fist. So again, we're up on her toes. I fake, she reaches, leaves her head open for the back fist reverse punch. Let's speed it up a little bit. Nice. Good. Good. Now the second part of this drill, if you go to fake and they shoot the back fist, you can come underneath with that reverse punch. So you know, if you were going to throw the side kick and they were thinking to step in or something along those lines, you can come underneath with the reverse punch. So let's practice that one a few times. Good. And the better you get at this one, the faster you can do it, the better reaction time you'll get. Girls can be mean sometimes. You know, I've been the recipient of some of that stuff when I was younger. And I feel like you can go to school and experience that, and if you have a bad day, you know, I'd come home, go to karate, and for that hour and a half, I had nothing else in my head. And sometimes if it's just you in that bag, then that's all you need sometimes, you know? Just get your frustrations out on that bag. You had a bad day. So I'm super excited to be able to be here with Hyper, working on this project with some of the other best fighters in the world. It's nice to be an instructor inspiring the new generation coming up and having them look up to you. You know, it makes us want to help them, you know, and we want to see the sport grow, and the next generation is where it's at, you know. It's really, I feel really blessed to be able to be here with Hyper and, you know, help inspire the next generation.
We're moving to where no one else has gone before.
Nothing has made such an impact.
The science of fighting is just building so much.